Back around, we don't know, 2003 or something, Mom and I were up here in the Eagle River area in the middle of winter, and we drove down this road, and it was all snowy, and I thought it was a big field up ahead. Why don't you drive up there, Dad, and reenact this wonderful scenario? So I came up here and we parked right out on this lake, which was full of ice, and we thought we were on a nice solid field. Ah! And we had the brand new Firebird, and there we were. And we got out there in the middle of this thing, and all of a sudden Mom said, "This isn't a field, this is a lake," and she ran away. And I was driving and I thought, what's happening? And all I saw was her hinder running away. Then we turned around and we walked back and left the car out there. Okay, Mom, what happened here?
Well, we walked up to this little tavern which was booming full of people. A big truckload of snowmobilers with their snowmobiles were in there having a party, and we went in and told the bartender what had happened to us.
And that our car was parked out on the frozen lake.
Yeah. And all of these guys, I think they were from another state, said, "Yippee, let's go and rescue these women." And that's what they did. And drove down there, and a couple of guys got in the car and actually drove around out on the frozen lake a while.
It looked like the Indians surrounding the wagon train.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
And when they got back to the snowbank, then they kind of lifted the car over, didn't they?
And we were saved.
Yeah.
The end. What an exciting adventure.
Did you go with them out there?
Now we're in Phelps and we're going up Tower Road where the fire tower is, where we left our beloved little Dog's Hunt Spreckles years back and forgot about her until we remembered her. And then she cried and cried that we were a terrible family.
And we saw her like about in the middle of the road.
Yes.
There's the tower.
Ooh. And here is the fire tower outside Phelps. People would sit way up there and look around for fires and radio in to the firemen. And Dad and Nathan tried to climb it once, but it was very rickety. This is Mom, and this is her grandparents' tombstone. How do you remember them, Mom?
They were, we really liked my grandpa. He was real quiet and kind, and Ronnie and I used to play poker with him. Grandma was very nice, but a little, I'd call her on the aristocratic side. She came from a different background in Finland, and she went through high school, which was an accomplishment in those days. And
Her name was Mary.
they lived up here. This was where they were. All these people around here knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll read Johnson.
It's
1863 is Jacob. In 1944 he died. Mary was 1870 and died in 1952. And Ellen, born 1904 and died in 1909.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace. This is the Phelps Museum. It used to be a bank. They're open 4 days a week. There's an heirloom.
You could have said area, I suppose.
This is the nice lady who let us in.
I'm going to tell Mom.
I told her, but she's kind of comfortable out there.
Okay. She's the one that should be looking at you.
I know, I told her.
One point of interest, I don't know when this is coming out, but I can't think of his name now. The gentleman from Conover was working with this, and he's just recently back, but he was working with this guy that is developing a book of postcards and pictures and then captions underneath for Phelps Conover. And I don't know when it'll come out, next year maybe, maybe not, I don't know, because that's up to him. But then it'll go on sale. For sale.
Oh.
You better hurry up, I'm getting old.
I know. So is he, by the way. That's what I told him. I said, you know, I don't want to be rude or anything, but you better get going.
That's why my wife is in the car, she can't move along very well.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
This used to be a bank, so this is the vault. We're going to go into the vault and get some money. Army uniform. Very nice museum. Sports stuff, typewriter. This was a lumber town.
What is your population of your town?
Well, we live out in the country, really. But,
Where the museum is?
Train robbery.
Milwaukee Costi, it's, I don't know if you ever heard of Mayville. Mayville used to be a big iron mining town.
This is Little Sweden and Pioneer Lake. Beautiful summer day, August 2nd, 2019. This is Brian Metke, the famous pastor of Trinity Lutheran Church in Hell Lake. Where is it? Bloomfield County?
Village of Bloomfield.
It seemed like I saw, I don't know if you're saying.
This is Pioneer Lake Lutheran Church, and Mom came up here every summer for a couple weeks, or the whole summer.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
Well, things were different then, but my aunt always had a car, so we did a lot of running around, and we went swimming every day. Lots and lots of lakes around here. And like I said to the group as we were driving here, the trees really do take over, so that familiar houses or roads and other places of memory change. And I have to really look twice to see, like in front of my grandparents' house, it was a big hay field. Now it's all trees, hard to even see from the road.
So you'd come up here, and what would you do all summer? Pick blueberries?
We just had fun. It was great. My dad would drive us up here, then he would drive home, then he'd come up 2 weeks later to get us, and whenever he came up, then we would spend a day or two or nights in the cottages on the lake right across from where we're standing here. This is a pretty good sized lake, and my mother would row the boat and us kids in there. We didn't have such things as life jackets in those days, so I think she was always a little hesitant about taking us out in the boat, but we did do it. But this was her playground as a young girl, because they could walk right down to the lake from their house.
And her parents were from Finland, huh? Or maybe Sweden. Jacob Johnson and...
Yeah, my grandpa was Jacob Johnson. My grandma was Mary. And all of their cousins lived right up the road, easy walking distance.
So they made good food to eat all summer, and you swam and
so.
picked blueberries. Did you see many animals, deer, and
No,
no?
well, they were always around here.
I saw a bear walking on your land a few years ago.
You had to be careful. My mother never let us go walking in the woods.
Oh,
Because the story goes that my dad was lost in the woods
Oh, really?
as an adult.
Oh,
And
really?
He said there wasn't even a sun that he could see to
Oh,
direct his
yeah. That happened to me
place.
once. Yep. Well, thank you, Mom. Anything else?
nice place in the world.
Yeah, and we have Pioneer Lake Lutheran Church behind us, which is new from the old version, which is off in the woods here now. And we're up here on August 2nd, 2019, and we met with Brian and Cindy up here, and we're just cruising around with my dad and my mom, and me, Debbie.
Yeah.
Here I am. Hello!
I often, all the people that lived around this lake were Swedes and Finlanders.
Okay.
So they settled. That's how people came to this country.
And they were miners, a lot of them, right? Or
A lot of them
foresters.
started in the Michigan,
Mines and iron, whatever.
right across the bridge from Hurley. A lot of them had been there, came to this area, word of mouth.
Yeah.
And they had a nice life here.
Well, thank you, Mom, for introducing us to your former domain.
My dream is that someday my kids and grandchildren will be familiar enough to come up here and enjoy the great north woods of Wisconsin.
We love it. Thank you, Mom.
You're
Bye.
Bye.